You ever have one of those jobs that you just keep doing over and over and over and nothing gets better? That's what we're doing today. Welcome to the new year.
We've had enough. We can't deal with the garage anymore.
No, there are some projects that we can let slide for a little bit, but this is not one of them.
Well, the end of the year, we were doing so many different things, and we have this rolling tool cart that we try to put the tools we need for the project. But the problem is that water tank project basically needed all of our tools by the time you took apart the pump house, and then we did gutters and water catchment, and we built a new pump house. And
yeah. Also, basically for the last 6 months, this garage has been a catch-all for everything. So
yes.
There is no organization in there, and we can't find a single thing that we need.
We've reached our breaking point with it, and so we have gone and invested in a bunch more storage options, which we'll get into in a minute. But we're going to have to basically go through this thing and take everything out and figure out a way to get this organized so that when we're working on a project, we have all the electrical pieces in one box, or all the plumbing pieces in one box, and we can just grab that box and go and then bring it back and put it up. Right now it's just everything's in 12 different boxes. It's real bad. Also our spare materials have grown exponentially through the airport project. All these conduit pieces and plumbing pieces, and there's so many parts involved with that thing that it just threw everything into chaos.
Hey, if you're still around, we're getting ready to organize the garage.
Ready, set, go. Oh my gosh. Why? Why? This is so embarrassing. Oh my goodness.
It's real bad.
It's real bad. But hey, look at this nice enclosure we have to store it all in.
Yeah.
So we just need to take everything out, right? Most of it.
I don't even know where to start.
I don't know. We got to get stuff out and semi-organized so we can decide how to organize it. Yeah, what boxes it's going to go in.
And we're also getting rid of some things that we don't use.
Oh, please.
Because this is not a storage unit. I can't store stuff.
Yeah.
Why is there sunscreen in here?
I didn't put it in here.
Sunscreen,
Look at
glue, an axe, tape measure, weird screws.
Metal, steel.
This is not organized yet.
No, it's not. That's why we're doing it. Oh, that's an egg. Chickens. Free-range chickens.
How's it going, babe?
It's going.
There's a lot of crap everywhere. Snake boots. We don't use those. Should we keep them?
Yes, we should.
But we don't use them.
Although they are filled with spiders. Okay, everything that was in that huge drawer needs to get organized. So here's what we're gonna do. We've got this Packout 3 drawers, so we're gonna try to put most of our hand tools in there. I have tons of like just little random hand tools. And then all like of our fasteners, our screws, our bolts, our nuts, our washers. We got this. So we're gonna try to get all this semi-organized. We're almost there.
I thought this would be a day project.
Nope.
This is the end of day 2. Hey, Happy New Year. Every New Year, there's resolutions, right?
I don't know. I'm not real big on resolutions, but you are. And
Not really.
you've come up with one called, Jonathan, don't buy any more snacks at the grocery. Don't buy any more snacks.
Yep. So, I have it in my head that we are going to save money by buying in bulk and buying less snacks.
Okay.
So, the first step is popcorn.
So she's going to try to convince me that rather than buy popcorn, we should make
In
it
a bag.
ourselves. Which
You keep buying popcorn in bags,
well,
and it's a waste of money.
don't get me wrong, your popcorn is delicious.
Uh-huh.
But sometimes you just want a quick popcorn snack.
It takes 5 minutes. I'm going to show you.
We're going to start the clock and we're going to see how long this takes.
Here, you make some popcorn. Do you want me to make it or do you want to make it? I'm gonna make it.
Oh no, you're making it.
I'm gonna make it and show you how easy it is. To make your own delicious popcorn, all you need is popcorn kernel.
Is that where popcorn comes from?
Coconut oil. And a big pot. This is the biggest pot we have, so this is gonna have to work. Okay, ready?
Is that gonna make enough popcorn?
Yes.
Okay.
Just let me show you. I need a lighter. Okay. Light your crappy RV stove.
Turn on your vent so you don't breathe propane. Yes.
Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna put coconut oil in a pan. Look how easy this is. Oh, what time is it? Start time.
All right, the clock has started.
We're gonna melt coconut oil, and hopefully it melts before 5 minutes. So Jonathan isn't right.
Obviously, doing this in the winter will be a lot slower than doing it in the summer because it's cold outside.
Yeah, in the summer, our coconut oil is melted already, and we just throw it in there. It's much easier. Okay, this is taking too long.
Roughly how much coconut oil did you put in there?
I don't know. I just eyeball things, and I don't measure.
So a couple of spoonfuls.
I need the bottom to have a thin layer of oil melted on the bottom of the pan.
And that's so that you don't burn the kernels, right?
Yep.
See? I know how to do this.
Okay, we're just waiting on this to melt still.
We are almost 1 minute in.
I'm telling you, it's this better. Think about this. You drive 35 minutes to the grocery to buy popcorn.
That's not true at all.
Think of how many batches of popcorn I could make in the 35-minute drive, the 30 minutes at the grocery, and the 35-minute drive back.
I don't think this is a fair comparison at all, but we'll go with it.
Okay, we're gonna put 2 kernels.
Why just 2?
Well, this is what you have to do. You have to put it in the pot and know when the oil is ready to put the rest in.
Okay.
We're gonna wait for these 2 to pop. Once they pop, we know that it's ready to put the rest of the kernels in. And no, we're not gonna use this whole thing. You use such little amount of kernels to make popcorn. So buying in bulk, I can buy a whole thing for $3, where Jonathan buys a bag for $3 or more. For $3, I can make so much popcorn.
So much popcorn.
And Justin, how much time is it?
Well, you're at 2.5 minutes so far.
2.5 minutes, guys. We're just gonna cover this and listen for it to pop.
Oh, I thought it would like pop out.
No.
That would be fun. Three minutes. Huh.
It usually pops a little faster.
Does it though? Coming up on 4 minutes. Coming up on 4 minutes.
I just need it to pop.
It's a nail biter. You know, by now, I could have filled my bowl and eaten
No,
it.
no, by now you would have been driving down the road still.
No, it's already here. The snack, the pre-made snackage saves you time, but it doesn't save you money. So that's what we're trying to figure out.
No, there's nothing to figure out.
I heard something.
What?
I think I heard something.
Okay, we gotta listen for the next one. Should we just leave it open? Time.
Oh, she was like, yeah!
Okay,
Oh, how do you know how much to put in?
I'm just that good. I do about 1/4 cup.
Okay, and how much popcorn does that make?
Well, you'll see. Pot holders are good for this part, but also so is sweatshirts. You really do want to keep it moving, which is really not great for this little RV oven because it messes up the grates.
So by the time you buy a new grate, have you saved money making your own
When
snacks?
was the last time we bought a grate?
A couple of years ago.
We do need a new
But I
one.
mean, as much popcorn as we eat, you're gonna have to do this all the time.
Okay, so add a little ventilation once it starts popping. Turn the temperature down.
Oh.
Turn the temperature down just slightly. Oh, don't let him get that. It's hot. Once it starts popping a lot, you want to turn the temperature down a little so you don't burn what's already been popped. Keep it moving too. What time are we at?
Dropping the kernels.
The flame is off. We're just letting this finish up cooking because the oil's going to stay hot in there. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Alright, Ocho's eating popcorn kernels, and it's almost 7 minutes.
But my popcorn is going to taste better than any of the popcorn that you've ever bought.
That's probably true. I will not argue that.
It's almost done. Okay. Look at that.
It's
So much
beautiful.
popcorn.
So how are we going to season
move,
this?
Move, watch out of the way. This is part of it. Put it in a bowl. Look how much delicious popcorn you have. Then what I like to do, come back to your warm bowl, add a little bit more coconut oil. You could do butter if you like butter, but I just like coconut oil. We're gonna melt this up again. Won't take long because the pan is already hot.
Won't take long?
Oh my goodness. Now you have melted coconut oil. Bring it back over to your popcorn. Do that. And add some salt. Toss. Add a little more salt. You want to try it?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. But I know what you're thinking. The kids like sweet popcorn. I have a fix.
Kettle corn is good.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Back to the pan. You're going to turn your pan back on. You're going to melt yet a little bit more coconut oil in your pan. Then, remember the other day when we made cinnamon chip scones? Well, I have a few left over. Now, ideally you would put more than that in there, but we used them the other day when we made this delicious popcorn.
You can just put regular sugar in it too, right?
Yeah. If you want just kettle corn, when you're popping the corn, when you put the kernels in, put a little bit of sugar in there and mix it up real quick before it starts popping. But this is an after the fact sweetener.
Okay.
So we're gonna melt the cinnamon chips. Normally you would want a little more than this. So what you could do, also, you want it super sweet, just add a little bit more cinnamon sugar. Okay? Staying with me?
Yep, cinnamon sugar. Cinnamon chips.
Okay, we're gonna get that all melted.
Now, are you going to drizzle it on top, or are you going to mix it back up in there?
You'll see. You just paid.
Ocho wants more popcorn.
Okay. Ready?
Hi, buddy. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Or you can just...
I want that piece right there. Give me that piece.
Oh, crap. Dang it. That doesn't usually happen. Hold on. That has never happened. Stop. The cinnamon and sugar didn't quite work out the way I had hoped. Usually you melt the coconut oil with cinnamon chips and it becomes like almost like a caramelly consistency and you pour it over the popcorn. That didn't work this time because I didn't have enough cinnamon chips. But how's it taste?
It's delicious.
See, you too can save money if you just buy in bulk.
Don't buy any more snacks.
Buy popcorn kernels.
So now we just gotta do all the dishes and find a place to store this.
No, we're gonna eat it.
Oh yeah, we are gonna eat it. Okay.
See how much faster that was?
We're at 12 minutes.
See, you couldn't have even got to the interstate by now. We'll be back with more tips on saving money without buying snacks.
Don't buy any more snacks.
Hey, welcome back to day 3 of Organize That Garage.
It's done. We didn't want to subject you to any more putting tiny things in small containers.
Also, we were a little irritated because we were just like, really wanted to get it done and not talk about what we were doing.
Also, as you know, like, there's a point in a project like this where it feels like you're making everything worse before it gets better.
That was day 2.
And that's kind of where we were at. And we're like, you know what? We're gonna push through and get this done. So now we get to show you how we organized it.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the... Okay, never mind.
Well, we'll talk about it as we go. Ready? Let's get started.
Okay, let's start on the open side first. We're moving to a new way to do tools. So before, we would just kind of like take out whatever random tools we had in like a weird little box. Now we've got 2 sets of Packout wheeled things that serves as base that when we can lock on whatever tools or pieces of equipment that we need, drag it out to wherever we go, because every time we take a tool somewhere, we have to walk so far. And we can never carry all the things that we need. And we always forget something. So now, all the drills, can I show them the drill? I think this is my favorite one. Okay. So see, all of our drills, impact and regular, and then we've got all of our bits, and then extra bits, and then we've even got more bits and ends. This is going to be so nice because we always are missing some sort of attachment for the drill. So now it's all together in one spot, and we can just lock it on to whatever.
Well, you need to show how that Packout works, babe. Take it off and show them.
So here's how it works. All the Packouts have these connection points on the bottom. And so all you got to do is start it, push it, and now it's locked into place and it's not going to come off. And then this just rolls out. We can have stuff in here. We can stack multiple things on top of it, whatever we're working on. Game changer. Sorry.
Don't ever say that again.
This area is still a work in progress, but it's kind of open. We're trying to keep some of our lumber out of the sun. We've got some of our bigger pieces of things that we're not quite sure what to do with, but they're organized and they're mostly out of the way. Back here's our big vintage workbench. We've got the EcoFlow, which is connected to the solar panel on the top, so we do have AC power inside the garage. This was already bolted on when we got it.
It's the heaviest drawer ever.
So we've taken all of our big tools and sort of put them over here. Actually, this is really for all like large tools that don't fit in smaller drawers and stuff like that. Down on the bottom shelf, we have grouped all of our like sockets and hole saws, weird adapters and things like that that we don't usually use, but it's nice to have them sort of grouped together. And then we've got our really big tools like loppers and saws and measuring tapes that we put under there. So we did go ahead and get one of the drawer Packout systems, so this will connect to the other systems if we want it to. Otherwise, it can just stay here and function with pull-out drawers. But if we wanted to actually take it and move it, you can secure it like that so the drawers don't fall out when you're wheeling it. We finally got all of our like paint and oil and liquids and caulking and all that stuff sort of organized over here. This is just random stuff because we still just have a bunch of stuff we couldn't figure out how to organize. Over here did we talk about the label maker yet?
No.
Guys, we got a really cheap label maker from Walmart, and look how cool. I love these old school labels. Plus they're really durable and they should last a long time, hopefully. Fingers crossed, we'll see what happens. But I think it's better than like the digital ones that just print out. We also got one of these organizer things because we had so many tiny little random things. So Ashley and probably Adelaide organized all this stuff, which we still need to label, right?
Yep.
So we're going to label all of these things.
I would love to have another one of those because it came in very handy
Yeah.
to know where all the little bits and pieces are.
Okay.
Okay, so on to your pack-out system. What's in this one?
Okay, so this whole section is all plumbing. So on the bottom, we just have a big container for holding sort of random things that don't necessarily go together. So like our drip irrigation brain that you connect the drip irrigation lines to, our clear hosing, some water spigots and stuff like that we aren't using right now. Just random things. But then everything else is very organized. So these are plumbing tools, pipe cutters, pipe wrenches, some copper flaring tools, glue and primer and tape and heat tape and paste and putty, and all the different things are all here so that when we go to work on plumbing, we would just take this and then we'll take these other pieces depending on what we're working on. So this is a combination of 1-inch fittings, brass fittings, PEX fittings, PEX rings, garden adapters. We got some steel adapters. And then this is the box we'll probably use the most. This is the stuff that we use to build all of our water pumps. So we do have the nylon fittings. These are 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch, 3/4 to 1/2 inch. Got all our 1/2 inch fittings, T's and elbows and adapters, ball valves. Got the clamps to go around that flexible tubing. Got a couple of check valves and of course some extra tape.
So when we need to work on a project and we need all 3 boxes, what do we do?
Well, we would take it over here and we would either hook it to the big rolling cart or the smaller rolling cart, depending on what we needed. But all these pieces should just snap into place.
Hey, that's
Hey.
a sweet system, dude.
It's a pretty sweet system, I agree.
And then when you're not using it, everything has a place.
Over on this shelf, it's just sort of a random assortment of things. We've got gutters and roofing materials. We've got building materials like shims. We've got fencing. We got all our electric fence materials for the one that we can pull up and move around. We've got hurricane strapping, zip ties, propane pieces, and then random stuff up there. Now back over here, this is a little more organized. This entire box is completely full of electric wire. Solar wire, Romex, 12-volt wire. It's like probably weighs about 100 pounds. It's ridiculous. It's completely full. A whole thing full of old outlets that we will probably use in the future. My electric bag, which has all my tools in it. And then we did go ahead and do pack-out stuff for all the individual pieces. So let's look at that. We do a lot of 12-volt work, so we have a lot of these various adapters and terminals, and just try to get them a little bit more organized and all in one spot, because we kept buying these little containers off Amazon and you'd have some in one and some in the other, and they never matched and they couldn't stack well. So now these are all in one thing. We have copper lugs. We've even got some Wago connectors. So this is probably the one we'll pull out the most to use besides that tool bag. This is our fuses and fasteners. So we have all our 12-volt fuses. We have a backup T-class fuse for our main system if something ever goes wrong with that. A backup for our Airstream. Got some grounding lugs. We've got a lot of these connectors for doing AC power and putting in electrical boxes. And just sort of a random assortment of things, but it's all nicely organized. These big deep boxes are really useful for larger fittings like conduit, unistrut adapters and stuff like that. So we probably won't get to this too often, but it's nice to have all these things in one spot. One of the things that's been driving us crazy inside this rounded building is we haven't had a good spot for like long handled tools because we don't have a flat wall to like hang them on. So I'm hoping this will be, because we tried a bunch of different ways, and I think this will be the best place for them. Right here when you come in, leaning up against that wall, we can fit a bunch of stuff in a small space, and hopefully they won't fall over. So this is our other rolling cart, and we like this one. We're gonna use this one, I think, for all of our gloves and our safety gear, because we should always have our safety gear with us, right, babe?
Yep.
The other thing I'll mention about all this Packout stuff is they all are weather tight, so they have really good rubber seals, so no spiders or anything should get inside those gloves. They shouldn't get wet. Hopefully they will stay protected. And again, it's got the same Packout system, so we could just take this one out, snap this, at least this high, of other boxes on top of it for other tools or things that we need. It's very versatile.
I had my doubts about you spending so much money on this Packout system, but I'm really glad that everything is organized. It feels so much better in here, and I know where everything is.
Plus, we happened to buy these at a really good time because there was a huge deal at Home Depot where if you spend $200, you got $50 off, and you spent $300, you got $90 off.
Yeah.
So we definitely used that to our advantage to get a few extra things we probably wouldn't have gotten. It did feel like a lot, but I feel like it was a big investment sort of in how we're going to be working here in the future.
Nothing is more frustrating than you sending me to the garage to find a tool and I have zero idea where it is.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, when we take a tool out, it doesn't usually go back in the place.
Never makes it back where it should have gone in the first place. But now, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm hoping this will change our habits a little bit.
Yeah. So, babe, thanks for organizing the garage. It looks really good.
You totally did most of it. We did different parts. I did all like the little tiny, like nerdy stuff. And you did a lot of the tools and the little hardware pieces and stuff like that. So we make a good team. Okay,
guys, thanks for watching yet another... guys, we have shown you so many videos of us trying to organize this garage. Hopefully this is the last one.
Hey, I feel like this is a good way to start the new year.
Yeah.
And to get ready to start on some big new projects here in 2023.
Which would be our house.
Yes, please.
So, guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We will see you soon.